Hello friends, this video on why do we fall ill part 6 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Okay, so now the question is, how does the knowledge of infectious agents help us to decide the treatment of a particular disease? Right, that's what I was asking in the previous slide also, that what is the need of knowing all these things? Why do we want to know that which microorganism causes which disease? That's because it's going to help us in treatment. Now the question is how? Now different microbes have many similarities and many dissimilarities as well. Now let us suppose if a person is suffering from a disease, right? Now if you go to the doctor will have to give a medicine that should affect the microorganism which is responsible for that disease, right? So now since different, it is not that all the microbes are of similar types. When we talk about bacteria, fungi, virus, everybody has some similarities, some differences as well, right? So it is not necessary that a drug which is effective to kill bacteria will also be effective to kill virus. So in order to decide which drug will cure which disease, we should know which is the microbe that is responsible for this disease. Now, if we know the microbe which is causing the disease, then we can choose a drug which can kill that particular microbe. Now, when I talk of the similarities and differences, let us take an example. For example, virus, bacteria, fungi, all of these, they multiply very fast. So very fast they will grow in number. On the other hand, when we talk of worms do not multiply very fast. In fact, they multiply very slowly. Right? So if there is a disease which is caused by virus or bacteria, their number inside the body will keep increasing very fast. But in case of worms, it is not like that. So this is one difference between worms and bacteria, virus, fungi. Right? So a drug which is effective to worm will not be effective for bacteria, right? Because their properties are different. Similarly, there are differences between bacteria and viruses as well, or bacteria and fungi as well. So that is why we should know the infectious agents which cause a particular disease so that we can treat the disease accordingly. So different microbes have different life processes. So different drugs affect these different life processes. Now what do you think these drugs actually do? These drugs will actually try to break the life process, right? For example, for human beings, we have a life process, right? So if you take a poisonous substance which will actually stop your life process, that human being will die. Right? So similarly, in case of this also, different types of drugs will affect the different types of life processes, which is shown by different types of microbes. Now, for example, let us look at a bacterial infection and a viral infection. Now, let us suppose if a person is suffering from some disease, which is an infection of bacteria, and another person is suffering from some disease, which is a viral infection. That means it is caused by virus. So how will they be treated? Now let us take an example of a common drug, say antibiotics. We all know about antibiotics, right? It often happens that we fall ill, we have fever for a couple of days, we take antibiotics and the fever goes off, right? So you all are familiar with antibiotics, right? Now let us suppose if you take antibiotics, how will the antibiotics react to a bacterial infection and how will it react to a viral infection? Now, it is seen that antibiotics affect bacterial infection. That means antibiotics are able to treat bacterial infection, but they do not treat viral infection. Why is it so? It is because of the difference in life processes between a bacteria and a virus. Now, in case of bacteria, what happens? This is a bacteria, right? Now, bacteria during their growth, this is a bacteria and this is a virus. Now, it is seen that a bacteria during its growth, it develops a cell wall around itself. We all know what is a cell wall. We have learned about this in the lesson on cell, right? So the bacteria develops a cell wall around itself during its growth, and this cell wall acts as a protective covering for the bacteria, right? Now what does the antibiotics do? The antibiotics blocks the building of the cell wall. So as soon as you take the antibiotic, the bacteria becomes incapable of building the cell wall. Now if the bacteria is not able to build the cell wall, what is happening? Gradually the bacteria will die, because cell wall was the one which was protecting the bacteria. Now there is no cell wall, so the bacteria will die, right? And that is what is happening. Let us suppose this person, he is taking an antibiotic and he is suffering from a bacterial infection. That means we are assuming that there are bacteria inside his body. Now when he takes this antibiotic, what happens? It goes inside, it stops the bacteria from building the cell wall, and as a result, eventually the bacteria dies. Right? Now let us suppose that if he takes the same antibiotic when he has a viral infection. So now you see inside his body we can see viruses. Now again he takes the same antibiotic. So what do you think will happen this time? So now when the antibiotic will go inside, it will have no effect, because the viruses, they do not build cell wall around them, and the antibiotics have the capability to block building up of cell wall. So in viruses there are no cell wall at all, therefore the antibiotics will not have any effect on the viral infection. So you saw that if the infection or the cause of the disease is bacteria, antibiotics will help. So here antibiotics help. But if the disease is because of a viral infection, then antibiotics won't help. Right? So now you understand that every drug also has a specific property. For example, antibiotic also has a specific property that what they can do, they are capable of blocking the process that builds cell wall. So it can be effective for all such diseases which are caused by those kind of bacteria which builds cell wall as a life process. Now even in bacteria, as I mentioned before also, that there are many different species of bacteria, and it is not that all the species of bacteria follow the same life processes. There will be some species which will not be affected by the antibiotics, right? So this antibiotics will be helpful only for those species of bacteria which build a cell wall during their growth. Right? So that is why it is often seen that, let us suppose you get cold, cough and fever, and it is not becoming okay. So even if you take antibiotics, if it is caused because of viral infection, the antibiotics will not help you. The antibiotics will not make you feel better. Now let us suppose if there is bacteria as well as virus inside your body, then the antibiotics will help, but it will only help to cure the bacterial infection. The viral infection will still be there. Right? So now you understand why do we need to know what are the microbes which cause the specific diseases. Because if we know the particular microbe responsible for the disease, then we can give a specific medicine which can kill that particular microbe. Right? Okay. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more videos, attempt free online test, get free study material, find tutors and mentors. Thank you once again.